You ever found yourself desperately Googling how to fix something? And when you do, you find yourself stumbling upon a guide that not only solved the problem you were searching for, but also led you down this rabbit hole of fascinating and even, dare I say, useful content? Yeah, that's the moment when simple research turns into the journey of discovery. And that, my friends, that's the power of a well-crafted how-to article. I want you to imagine you're harnessing that power in your content. Yeah. Stay tuned as we unravel the secrets of creating content that not only educates, but transforms your readers or your listeners into loyal followers and perhaps even eager customers. We're going to turn your how-to quests into an adventure of learning and growth.
Hey there, audacious parents. Welcome to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, where we're not just about surviving, we're about thriving. If you're tuning in, you're not looking for just another feel-good, pat-on-the-back kind of show. No. You're here because you're ready to disrupt the status quo. You're ready because you're here to challenge your limits and to step out of the comfort zone where we know growth never happens. This is not just your average let's all be happy with our 9-to-5 lives kind of podcast. We're here to give you actionable strategies. We're here to dive deep into the world of side hustles, digital marketing, and smart income-boosting tactics. Why, you may ask? Because we're designed for parents like you, parents juggling family expenses, childcare, and the elusive me time. We're not just about making money, though. We're about designing a life that you dictate, not one that's been prepackaged in a soul-sucking 9-to-5 box. So, if you're ready to break free and design a life that aligns with your dreams, design a life that aligns with your family, you're in the right place. The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
What is up? What is up? What is up, my fellow Dark Horse entrepreneurs and my parents out there? Today, we're diving into a topic that is close to my heart and crucial for every single digital content creator out there, and that is the art of crafting how-to content. Now, you might be thinking, how-tos? Aren't those just basic instructional pieces? Well, okay, but there's really more to it than meets the eye. How-to guides are not just about giving directions. No. They're about opening doors. Doors to understanding, doors to trust, and doors to establishing you as the expert you are in your field. So, let me start with a little story here. A few years ago, I was struggling to set up I'll call it a sophisticated email marketing campaign. Well, it's about as sophisticated as an email marketing campaign could be, but despite my expertise, and trust me, ladies and gentlemen, I've been in the email game since there has been email, I was stumped. That's when I went to Google and I did what I talked about in there. I started searching. That's when I stumbled upon a how-to article. It wasn't just a list of steps. It really became a journey through the process, a journey through insights and very practical tips. It didn't just help me solve my problem. No, it introduced me to a whole new way of thinking about my email strategies, a whole new set of strategies, in fact, and a few new tools. And guess what? I became a loyal follower of that blog and eagerly awaited the next piece of wisdom that they would be publishing for quite some time. It is, my friends, experiences like these that remind us a great how-to guide doesn't just fill a need. No, it opens up a world of trust. It opens up a world of expertise. It turns readers into learners. It turns learners into followers. And, as we all want, it turns followers into customers. So let's go ahead and explore how you can create how-to content that not only educates, but also captivates and, of course, converts. I think the first thing we need to do here is to delve into why how-to content is more than just, say, a format. It's really a powerhouse in the world of content creation. Think about the last time you typed a how-to query. How to fix my car. How to drain the swamp. I don't know, whatever your how-to is. Think about the last time you typed in a how-to query into your search engine, be it Google, be it YouTube, be it TikTok. Yeah, you're not alone. Millions and millions and millions of folks across this great blue spinning globe that we live on are doing the same thing every day,
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Heck, just in the time it's taken me to say every day, 1,000 more have probably done it. They're all looking for the same thing you were. They're looking for answers. They're looking for solutions. And yeah, they're looking for guidance. This is where the magic of how-to content steps in. You see, every how-to article that gets published, let's stick with you. Every how-to article that you publish addresses this ever-present demand for solutions. It's not just about answering questions, though. No, as I mentioned earlier, it's about establishing your voice as this beacon of knowledge, as this firm authority in your sphere of influence, in your marketplace. When you help someone through a rough time, when you help someone through your content, it's not just solving a problem. No, you're starting to build a relationship that's really going to be based on trust and your expertise. And let's not forget the commercial side of things, shall we? How-to content is a powerful driver for engagement and, at the end of the day, for sales. When your content directly addresses a reader's need, a reader's problem, you not only have snapped up their attention, but you can also guide them towards your products, towards your services, and towards your solutions. This, my friends, becomes what they call a win-win. You provide value, and in turn, your audience is more likely to invest in what you have to offer. Cha-ching! You see, my friends, in the world of content creation, how-to is king. It is the king that reigns supreme in demand and authority. It's not just a way to share your knowledge. It's a strategy to build your brand. It's a strategy to engage your audience. And it's a strategy that drives your business forward. Now we got a little understanding on why how-to is so vital. Let's go ahead and start diving into the crafting process, shall we? Creating a compelling how-to piece, it's like building a bridge. Yeah, I keep using that bridge analogy, but it just works. It connects your expertise over here with your audience needs over here. Your expertise, your audience comes together. There you go. Let's break it down a little bit more step by step, right? That was oversimplified, of course. First and foremost, let's embrace a teaching mindset. Yes, you got to step back and become the teacher, not the expert. Your goal is to educate your audience, not just inform them. You just don't want to be preaching not to them from on high. No, this means you need to step back and provide clear, comprehensive explanations as you guide them through each and every little step of the process. Think of yourself as a mentor, not just a content creator. And don't assume they know something, right? And if there's something you're not going to explain in this piece of content, tell them where inside your sphere of influence they can go find the explanation of some maybe base level piece of content. All right. Now, the next thing you want to do is obviously you're going to want to pick a topic, of course. So selecting your topic, you know what? This is probably going to seem pretty straightforward, but this is where the magic really starts to happen, right? The right topic should not only align with your expertise, but also resonate with your audience's needs and the queries they're putting out there. Break out your magnifying glass, ladies and gentlemen, because this is like detective work. You're going to be looking for clues in the form of keywords, looking for clues in the form of audience questions, and, dare I say it, market gaps, right? You're going to look for what's not there as well as what is there, okay? Now, there's plenty of tools out there, and I've mentioned them before. I'll mention them here briefly one more time. You can go to Answer the Public, and Socrates is another one. Okay, so now let's talk about SEO and audience research. This, my friends, is a bit of a balancing act. On one hand, you want your content to be discoverable by the search engines. Well, duh, Tracy, that's the only reason I'm publishing it is to get my name out there. On the other hand, let's be honest, it needs to provide real, tangible value to those that take the time to read it or take the time to listen to it. It's like putting out a podcast. It says, listen to me, buy my stuff. Yeah, you're not going to get very far with that. I'm just being honest, just saying, that's just how it works. It's not about ranking all the time.
The Dark Horse the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Let me just put that out there, right? You would love your stuff to rank really high in the SERPs, but it's not always about ranking. It's about connecting and solving a real problem for your audience. Remember, choosing the right how-to topic is like finding that perfect key to unlock your audience's curiosity. It's not just about covering a subject in one fell swoop. It's about unlocking a whole new world of understanding and a whole new world of engagement. Okay, so got a couple of basics under our wing here. And with these basics of crafting how-to content kind of covered and set aside, it's time to focus on making your work truly stand out. Right? Anyone can come up with a how-to on 10 ways to change your oil. Yeah, right? There's so many of them out there. And in this sea of information, your content needs to be this lighthouse, guiding your readers with its unique bright glow. And here, my friends, is how you can do that. The first thing you're going to want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is infuse your content with your unique angle and your expertise. Yep, you heard me say it. Your personal experiences, your tumbling, stumbling, face-planted journey, your failures, your successes, these are all a gold mine, a treasure chest of insights. So share them. It will be these personal touches that transform generic information into this compelling narrative that's going to resonate with your chosen audience. Those that like your stories, those that align with your stories will be drawn in, sucked in, much like the listeners of this podcast. So many people probably come onto this podcast and listen to maybe an episode or two, maybe three, or maybe just a half an episode. And they're like, yeah, Tracy's not for me. Okay, more power to them. I hope they find the person that does resonate with them. For you, my loyal listener, who is still listening 10 plus minutes into this episode, maybe this is the umpteenth episode you listen to, there's something about how I say things, how I present them that resonates with you. That's why you're still here. So go ahead, add your personal touches, transform that generic information into a compelling narrative that will resonate with those that you're trying to attract. Now, don't just tell your audience what to do. That's mundane and that's dry. Explain why. And here's why. That's almost kind of comical. The why that you're going to give them is going to provide context. It's going to give them some depth. Don't just say, go over there and create an email that includes these three things. Explain why it needs to include those three things. That's what turns a simple instruction into a valuable and memorable lesson. Your audience not just looking for the steps. Well, okay, maybe some of them are. But most of your audience, they're really looking for understanding. They want to get that depth of understanding. Let's not forget about the power of visuals. Add some pictures, add some diagrams, heck, add some videos. That's what I'm doing with this podcast. I started off the first few hundred episodes of this podcast. I recorded many of them on video, but never ever shared the video. Well, now I'm starting to share the video. I'm adding that next layer, that power of visuals. These are not just embellishments, ladies and gentlemen. They are crucial tools that aid comprehension and retention. Look, not everyone is an auditory learner. Many of you are because you're listening to a podcast. Many of you have gone onto YouTube and you like to listen and you like to watch. All right, now you're a visual learner. Some of you are kinesthetic. You need to get in there and you got to do it. Maybe you'll listen and then start taking action that you're doing your kinesthetic part. I'd always try to give you at least one step that will move you into that process. So here I have the podcast for my audio friends that have the auditory learning. I create a video version of it for my more visual learners, for my more kinesthetic folks. I make sure there are steps that they can take right as soon as they are finished listening, so they can start doing with their hands and get deep down into it. These are all crucial tools that aid comprehension and retention. A well-placed image or short video can make very complex situations accessible and memorable. So use them to your advantage. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, your unique perspective is not just your content's flavor. it is its very soul. It's what sets your how-to content apart and makes it not just informative, but transformative. So get out there and transform.
The Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
Now, so we're coming towards the end of our journey here today, and it's time for our whiskered wisdom piece. This is where I just try to distill everything down we've discussed into a single golden nugget of advice, something you can take away and apply right now. I was just telling you about that, right? Something for my kinesthetic folks or just my action takers. You're an action taker, right? Yeah, I feel you're nodding. So here it is. Always remember, my friends, the best how-to content is the kind that not only solves a problem, but also teaches something new, preferably in an engaging way. It's about striking that balance between being informative and being captivating. Your how-to should be that beacon I mentioned earlier that not only guides them in the dark of night, but enlightens their path. It enlightens the readers. It enlightens the listeners for whichever medium you may be sharing on. So when you sit down to write your next piece and record it, ask yourself, am I solving a problem, or am I also enriching my listeners, my readers' understanding in a way they'll find useful and enjoyable? Because here's the thing, my friends, if they don't enjoy it, they're not going to put it into use. And if they don't find it useful, they're not going to enjoy it. And if they don't find it useful and enjoyable, they're going to bail on you. All right? Keep this in mind, and you'll find that your content does more than just answer the questions. It's going to inspire, it's going to educate, and it's going to connect. And after all of that, it'll probably even make a few sales, which is what we all want at the end of the day, right? Yeah, okay, I can feel you on this. So as we wrap up today's session, let's quickly recap the key insights that we've explored. We've delved into why how-to content is a game changer in the world of content creation. Really, this is all about the high demand and the quick ability to build authority in the marketplace with those that you're trying to influence. We walked through a few steps of crafting an engaging how-to piece, emphasizing on the importance of stepping into a teaching mindset. Okay? Now, different folks teach differently. This is how you're going to resonate with your folks. But step back into a teaching mindset, pick a relevant topic, and create that balance of SEO for the SERPs, for the Googles, for the YouTubes, and always balance that with reader value. You can't just put something out there for SEO value and no reader value, right? They're going to ditch you. You can't do it with just reader value and no SEO because the readers will probably never find it. Okay? And then we discussed how your how-to content should stand out by infusing it with your unique angle, your stories, your failures, your successes, and then finally, explaining the why behind your points. It's all good. Tell them, take step 1, then take step 2, then take step 3. If they don't understand the why behind the points, they might not even take step 1, okay? And then, of course, finally, enhancing it with helpful visuals, be they static or video. Remember, my friends, quality how-to content isn't just about filling up a page or filling up a podcast or a video, whatever it might be. It's about filling a need. And more importantly, it's about fueling a journey of learning and growth for your readers, growth for your listeners. It's about building that lasting relationship and connection with your audience, one insightful tip at a time. Now it's your turn to take these insights, my friends, and transform not only your content game, but perhaps your entire approach to digital marketing entrepreneurship. And here's the thing for you. Lean in, listen a little bit closer. Ready? Whatever you're doing right now, come back to me. Okay, if you're driving, just focus on the road. If you're doing dishes, just pause for a moment, turn the water off. I want you to listen, because if you're eager to dive even deeper, to truly master the art of digital marketing and even some personal development, I've got just the thing for you. My latest course, get ready to come out just any day now. 365 Days of Dominance. Yeah, it's designed to empower you every single day of the year with cutting-edge strategies, insightful tips, and a few personal growth tactics. This is more than just a course, ladies and gentlemen. It's an invitation to step into a community of forward-thinking entrepreneurs, all set to elevate their digital presence. And here's the best part. Sign up for our email list like now, right? Wherever you're listening to this, click on the website. The link will be down in the show notes, or go to darkhorseentrepreneur.com or darkhorseschooling.com, either one, and join the mail list now. And you'll get exclusive early access before I decide to raise the price and share the course publicly. So here's what I mean by that is I'm going to do an early release of the course to just the folks that are on my email list at a rock bottom price. And then later on, after I got all those folks on my email list, the opportunity to join in, well, that's when I'm going to announce it to the public, and the price is going to at least triple. So this is your golden ticket to make the next 365 days your most impactful yet. Don't let this chance slip away, right? Head on over to the website, darkhorseentrepreneur.com. Join our mailing list and start your journey to dominate your digital world. All right. With that, I want to thank you for tuning into the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Remember, every step you take is a step towards mastery. Even if you stumble, even if you bumble, even if you fall and you faceplant, you're still one step closer. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making a difference. Think successfully and take action.
Hey, my Dark Horse Entrepreneur parents, thanks for tuning in. If this episode struck a chord, share it with a fellow parent hustler. Let's grow our tribe that thrives, not just survives. For more insights and a community that totally gets it, join our Facebook group at www.darkhorseschooling.com/tribe. Think successfully and take action.